As the weekend arrives, another grand opening occurs at New York City's hottest real estate development, the Hudson Yards. The Shed is now open for business and has caught everyone's attention. The futuristic building includes features not readily seen anywhere, including an oversized expandable canopy, which creates a venue unrivaled by any in recent times here in New York City or any place else around the world. The Shed also comes with a major price tag for its developers, and with it, amazing potential for the masses to enjoy art and culture on an unprecedented level. Joining us with some details on this magnificent addition to Manhattan is Tamara McCaw, the Shed's Chief Civic Officer. Tamara, nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to get to some details in a moment.
Absolutely.
But I do want to say, and hopefully some people will do this if they haven't seen it before. I went on the site last night in anticipation of our conversation, and they have these great animated drawings showing you sort of as the construction takes place and ultimately what it all looks like. And it looks so futuristic. It's almost hard to imagine that it actually exists. So let's start with the concept behind all this. When people sat down, what did they say they wanted this site to be?
You know, it was part of so there's a Hudson Yards development that's happening. And what was really great about the Bloomberg administration is that they wanted to set aside a parcel of land that was really the best kind of part of it and really make sure that it would always be there for arts and culture. And so from the very beginning, they always were going to say, we need to have a cultural space here. They then sort of engaged sort of Liz Diller and David Rockwell to think about what kind of space could be there. And at that moment, it's very different than what it is now. When we started, it really was a place almost like a cultural timeshare. And when then they hired Alex Poots, our artistic director and CEO, he really came in with a vision for commissioning new work. And that's when it really got exciting.
Because I have to tell you, before I had the chance to look at all of this, and I had heard about the Shed, I figured, okay, cultural space, it's probably going to be kind of a park and a bandstand, or something that, no, it's not at all. So how then did it evolve? What did the concept become?
Once Alex came there, it really became about commissioning new work. You know, how do we make sure that New York stays on the cutting edge? Is it giving artists opportunities to not just present work that happened in the past, they've done other places, but really to sort of experiment, to be bold. One thing Alex and an advisor, Hans Ulrich, says to artists is, you know, what's your unrealized project? What haven't you been able to do before? And the building moving in these wonderful ways, it's for a purpose. It's not just to move just because. It really is, you know, the flexibility of the building is really serving the needs of an artist saying, I need flexible space. So there's a purpose to it. And I think that's exciting for New York to be able to have those type of spaces where it could be an open air plaza. It could have no seats, partial seating. When we open with the Soundtrack of America, it's standing room only. Being able to just respond to artists' needs is what's sort of exciting, and Alex really brought that to the forefront when he came on.
I saw it described as a venue for all arts.
Yes.
For all people.
Yes.
When we say all arts, give me just a rough sense of, some places will be concerts, some places will be opera houses, some places will be musical theater.
Well, what's even interesting with the first performance is that we have, Steve McQueen, who's a director of visual artists, but this piece is commissioning music. We really are interested in not even blurring the boundaries. Artists don't perceive this sense of like, here's dance, here's visual art.
Artists don't look at things the way the rest of us do.
And their creative teams are coming from all different backgrounds. And so I think for us, it was like, yes, we have these sort of two gallery spaces and we have a place that's a theater, but really you're gonna see in our gallery space an immersive live performance and exhibition. That it really is not about these sort of siloed disciplines. And I think artists, it's us actually catching up to artists. I mean, this is how they're thinking and how they're working. And to be able to have Steve doing Soundtrack of America, to have the Reichwichter Parrot performance, which really is this sort of live performance and exhibition in a gallery space, I think people are going to be excited, and I think it will change their ideas of like what is a gallery and what can be here, and that's what we're interested in.
Talking about changing ideas, describe
Yeah.
a little bit the physical structure and the notion of how this evolved and for instance, the telescoping canopy.
I know.
That's such a highlight of this.
It is, and I love that the first time people are gonna be able to see it as a plaza is in the summer performance, in the summer season when we have our open call performance, which is sort of working with 52 emerging New York City artists. But what's great is that, we're on city-owned land, and that the largest venue that we have that can host 2,000 people standing really is a plaza. It's an open air
open space.
It's like, I think of it almost like the town square.
Yeah.
But what's amazing is that it can either be rolled back and we can have open air outdoor performances, people can sit there and eat, or we can, deploy it and we could do seated performances. Bjork is gonna be in there doing a concert. Soundtrack of America, we're gonna have a futuristic Kung Fu musical later. That it can do anything there, or it can just be a place for New Yorkers to just sort of, relax, which New Yorkers always need more space to do that. And so I love that an art center can serve both needs.
And I hope people go there to see it. But if they don't have a chance, go onto the site and look at it. Because, when you and I talk about this telescoping canopy, people might think, well, okay, it's a little cover that pulls out.
No, it's massive.
It's massive.
It's
the
massive.
size of the building, and it just
is.
extends out. And as you said, takes this plaza
This total.
and covers it. So when, in terms of New York, you talked about it's an opportunity, city space, city-owned
Yes,
space
I always
here.
say that.
And I've seen that a significant focus is going to be on New York artists. What types of New York artists and how will we choose what New York artists will be appearing here?
So
in
what's
what
great is
fashion?
that actually in the Soundtrack of America, we absolutely have New York artists. So a lot of the performances that we have actually feature New York City artists. Tamar Kali is from here, lives in Brooklyn. She'll be in Soundtrack of America. But I think the program Open Call was us really thinking about what does it mean to be on city-owned land? What's our responsibility? We've had significant public investment. And it really felt like, how do we open our doors up, not just have Alex and I and Hans Ulrich and Emma Enderby be the ones programming, but really open ourselves up to say, who is this space for? And so we got a panel together of about, I think there are about 30 panelists from all over New York City, because we want to be a real 5-borough focus. And so the artists that are part of this Open Call series, most of them are actually from Central Brooklyn. But we have artists from the Bronx, from Queens, from the Bronx. And we want to say, we're here for you. We're not just a place that you can, for Gerhard Richter or Steve McQueen, but, Alex talks about parity in art, and we believe in that, all art has parity. And for me, whether you're an emerging artist or an established artist, this is a place for you to experiment, to take risks. And with the New York City Emerging Artists, we really want to build relationships. As a new organization, this program has us meeting with 52 artists that hold and carry communities with them.
Tamara, thanks so much for
Thank
spending
you so
some
much for
time with
having
us.
me.
I can't wait to get down there and see it
come.
myself.
Please come.
We will, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be coming to that. Thanks again for
Thank
spending
you.
some time with us. And for more information on The Shed and its upcoming programming, make sure you visit us at metrofocus.org.